Welcome to the series of videos on C programming language. In this video, we will study structures. One of them is struct. So the plan is simple. Basic concept of a structure, why do we require it, basic syntax, then declaration and initialization, and few working programs. So why do we require a structure? Whenever we wish to represent a group of items as a single unit, then we tend to make use of structures, that is a struct. So the syntax is simple. This is a keyword struct, and after this you can use any legal name which is unique in this scope. Then opening brace and closing brace terminated by semicolon, and within this pair of braces you can declare and define as many variables of any type, legal type, as you require. Now how to make use of it? Simply write struct, the name of the structure, and some legal variable name. So this is the declaration of a variable, and you can keep on assigning the values. In the working program we will see. And how to access it? The name of the variable dot and name the variable inside this structure. This is the way we can access a variable inside this structure. Now one thing more, the structure can be nested. Structures can be nested. You can have a structure inside a structure, inside a structure, inside a structure, and so on. And theoretically there is no limit on the depth of nesting. You can have as many structures inside one another as you require. Now what is the syntax? Again the struct keyword, then the name, and then inside this you can have as many data types, data variables as you require, and inside this you can declare another structure. But remember, this will not do. We have to create a variable of this type like this, then only it will be legal, just like we did here. We created a variable here. So inside a structure, if you want to have another structure, but it will be treated as a variable inside it. So we have to create a variable, then only it will occupy some space. And how to make use of it? Struct keyword, the name of the outermost structure, okay, then the name of the variable. Then if you wish to access variables inside var itself, then var dot name of the variable. So var3 is also the name of the variable here, you can see. So var dot var3, but this var3 itself is a structure. So if I want to access a variable inside it, I need to put another dot and name of the variable inside it. So this is simple and quite logical, and we can in this way declare a structure of any depth or any nesting depth and as many variables as you require. Okay, so there is no limit on the depth of nesting as well. But the only thing one should remember is, if we have to have a structure inside a structure, you need to create a variable of that type. So now let's see some working programs. So in this program, what we have done here is we have declared a structure named student, and it has three members, data members you can say. One of them, first one is name, which is an array of 20 characters, you can say, or array of characters of size 20, one integer variable, another float variable, and so on, and terminated in semicolon. Now here I have created one variable of this type, struct student. The name is s1. Now I can access the variable. So s1 dot name of the variable name, and here it is essential strcpy. I am using one string function, and for that only I have hash included this header file. Okay, we cannot assign like this directly s1 dot name equal to and some string. It is not possible. So I will copy this string as name, and then s1 dot height equal to 170, s1 dot cgpa equal to 7.4. It's simple. And now print each value separately. Similarly, I can initialize the values like this. Struct some student s2 equal to, within the pair of braces, 3 items appropriate of appropriate data types. Like first item is a character string or character array, second is an integer, and third one is floating point number, some arbitrary values I have written, okay, of same data type, which are here. Okay, so this is another way of assigning the values to individual members of the structure, as we have already seen in my video on arrays. We can assign a structure to other structure, but one has to be very careful, because it may so happen in future, we'll see in some other video, that if members of if any member of the structure is a pointer to some data type, in that case we may lose some information. That will be clear during during the discussion of pointers. And now we can access like this, and you can check the values of what have been assigned, because here what happens is, in case of assignment of one structure to the other, the system copies values byte by byte irrespective of the data type. Okay. Now it is possible to have an array of structures, because struct student now has become a data type. We can say it is a user defined data type. Okay. So in the same video of higher dimensional arrays, we have used this method. So I have declared an array of size 2, name is class, and what is the type of the data type? Struct student. So I have to provide 3 items for first element and 3 items for next element. So it will assign these values, and it will print like this. So let us execute the program on the left pane. Now you can see here, first value A, B, C, D. It has a printed first value A, B, C, D. Next is name, so it has printed the name here. Height here. Okay, so no, I have done something wrong here. So here it is name A, B, C, D. Next one is height, so 170, and next one is CGPS 7.4. So if you recall, by default in C all floating point numbers are printed up to and including 6 digits after the decimal point. Same thing would happen here. So I have assigned these 3 values. Okay, so you can see here it has printed here, and then this value, and then this value. Now you can check, I have assigned here s1 to s2 and then printed. So you can see that these 3 values are here, which have been printed correctly. Okay, now we have created an array named class of this data type, size is 2, and we can access the individual elements, like name of the array, which element, first element, that index is 0, then dot, which element, which member, so you can say name, then again name of the array, then which index value or which element, so first element, that is index is 0, then which member of the structure, height, and so on. So you can see here both of them would print individual values here. So these three correspond to first element, that is 0, index number 0, and these 3 elements will correspond to element number 1, that is the second element. So this is the way we can have as many structures as we like, and we can create the variables of that data type as well. In this program, what we have done here is we have nested structures. Okay, so outer structure is still the same, struct student. and one item of array of type character size 20. Another is same variable which we have taken in the previous example, and inside this structure we have declared one more structure, struct subject, and within the pair of braces two variables of type same type integer. And instead of having a separate line struct subject space sub to create a variable, in this way we can create the variable itself, declaration as well as creation of the variable. Okay, so sub, this sub, is a variable of which type? Variable sub is a variable of this type, subject struct subject. This is the type of the data this sub is a variable of. So we have a structure subject inside a structure student. So the example is quite straightforward. Create one variable of type struct student s1, variable name is s1, again strcpy s1 dot name, so it will assign this string to character string to this variable. Then these values we have assigned, and now we can assign the two values to the inner variables of the inner structure in this way, and we can print them as well. Okay, now here also we can create another variable. Now since there are how many variables inside these structure student? 1 2 3. 3 are individual data variables, and fourth is the structure itself. We can write this structure anywhere. We could have declared it before name also, and between name and height also, anywhere. It is just a variable. Sub sub is a variable of this type. Okay, so how many variables values I have to provide? 1 1 2 3 4 and 5. So we can have a single pair of braces and we can provide 5 values in the same sequence of the appropriate data type. Okay, and we can print their value, we can access them. Again here we can assign, and be careful, arrays can also be declared just like in the previous example we have seen, and there is no restriction on depth of nesting as we have already seen. So let me execute the program. Now you can see here this line prints the 1 2 3 4 and 5 values. So does this line. Okay, this prints, actually the line was becoming bigger, so I could not fit it in half of the screen, so I had to split this printf into two, just like I did here. So this will print the 3 values of the outer structure, 3 data members, and this will print the 2 data members of the inner structure. I mean these 3, 30 and 40. Okay, so in this way you can have as many structures as you require, and you can nest them up to any depth as you require. In the next video we will study the other structure named union. That is all in this video. Thanks for watching.